morning. This is Deric coming to you live from inside my vehicle, and I'm giving you, again, today's declaration. We're going over Joel's book. I declare 31 days, 31 promises to speak over your life. It's available on Amazon. It's from the bestsellers. It's a tiny little book because I carry around with me. I've had this for years, and this is something I do. I try to do on a daily basis. Now, I don't do this every day. Sometimes it's in my car, sometimes in the office, but I try to get to it daily and look at it and reflect on it. All right. So today's day 20. So you should only be watching this if it's the 20th of the month. It doesn't matter what month it is, as long as it's on the 20th, because it might be a message you need to hear today, and I hope it does. So day 20. I declare that I am calm and peaceful. I will not let people or circumstances upset me. I will rise above every difficulty, knowing that God has given me the power to remain calm. I choose to live my life happy, bloom where I am planted, and let God fight my battles. This is my declaration. What does that mean? You can't let people get to you. You know what I mean? Let God, stay calm no matter what is thrown at you. You can always make a better decision. Now, easier said than done, right? I grew up in a tough neighborhood. You just kind of snapped at the first thing. You just reacted. You didn't think. You just did. So if someone upset you, you got in a fight. That's just the way it worked. As you've aged, see the grays, some in here, you learn that you don't need to do that. Or at least you learn to control that a bit more. Either you just run out of testosterone. I don't know. It's one of those things where you don't care as much. When you allow what someone says or does to upset you, you're allowing them to control you. When you say, you make me so mad, what you're really doing is admitting that you're giving away your power. As long as that person knows they can push your buttons, you will respond this way. You are giving them exactly what they want, right? Sound familiar? Anyone's married? Your spouse knows your buttons, right? So when you get in an argument, they know exactly where to hit you to get you fired up, and you know how to get them fired up. People have a right to say what they want or do what they want as long as it's legal. But we have the right to not get offended. We have the right to overlook it. But when we get upset and go around angry, we change. What's happening? We're putting too much importance on what they think about us. What they say about us does not define who we are. Their opinion of you does not determine your self-worth. Let that bounce off you like the water off a duck's back. They have every right to have their opinion, and you have a right to ignore yours, right? So, without getting into self-worth, which I think is a very important topic to get into, it's hard to go around. I don't know about you, but if someone says something to me and I get offended, I carry it all day, and it ruins the whole day. So it's challenging to just let it brush off your back. Easier said than done, right? But if you can, you'll obviously have a better day. How do you go? How do you keep peace when something like that's happening to you? It's a good question. Everyone handles this differently. If you can think through the situation and somehow come on top, it's obviously better. I don't have all the answers. I don't know, because myself, sometimes I get angry. There's different levels. A lot of times I can walk away from, now we're talking about strangers, not just anybody. In my business, I'm a real estate guy. Whenever anything goes wrong in the deal, the first person, the seller or the buyer, point to is, right, even if it's not my fault. Like, I had a seller one time close on the house, and they had a title issue, and they're like, oh, why didn't you tell me, my title? And I'm like, oh, do you remember when I sold you the house 5 years ago, and I recorded the title for you? They're like, no. I go, I don't either. I didn't do that. That wasn't my department. Let's get through this together, but don't point the finger at me. And I'm not trying to deflect, but you try to use logic to get people to understand stuff. Logic is a great way to get through this. But if I'm out and about not drinking and someone says something to me, it's easy for me to laugh it off. I'm like, whatever, I don't really care. When you're younger and you're a guy and you drink and someone gives you the stink eye or says something, you need grace to turn the other cheek at that point, especially if there's a crowd of people and they saw it. It's very difficult. Now I can do it more than I could. I'm pretty smart mouth myself, so I can pretty much get myself out of conversations intelligently without arguing. If I'm with my family and someone says something to them, that's a different story. I mean, you can say what you want about me, but if you get involved in them, then it's hard to turn that cheek, you know what I mean? Especially if they hear it, you're not going to let someone say anything about your family and sit there and take it for sure, or put their hands on anybody. But so you just ask for grace, right? That's what we got to ask God for every day, is a little bit of grace to get through some of these tough times and walk away. And a lot of times I've had situations where people have said stuff to me and I've kind of brushed it off, And that same person has come back and apologized and said, I shouldn't have done that. I apologize. And actually, you know, that's a good feeling that someone realized what they did and that you didn't react to it the way you should have. So keep that in mind. I hope you like these messages today. I hope it helps. Maybe going through a tough time, something to you that upset you today. Try to have grace. Try to ask God to remove it. God, please remove this hatred on me. Remove the negativity from me today. Give me the grace to get through this day gracefully. Maybe that's just something an affirmation you can say for yourself. Anyways, I'll leave tomorrow's message up here. Yesterday's message down there. If you guys would go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and if you guys like it, just leave a comment, man. I appreciate it. Every comment I try to answer and get back to. If you guys want to hear something, I got where today was the 20th, so we only got like 11 days left. That's it, man. This is going to be over, and then at the end of this, I'll have an extra 2 or 3 days of like being grateful, how to get really grateful in the morning. So I hope you guys like it. I'll see you tomorrow.